Good morning. Welcome to the forecast discussion for January 18th, 2013. It is a Friday. We've made it through the week, and we also made it through missing a snowstorm completely. Well, it didn't look like that on the radar, now did it? But in fact, not one flake really flew throughout the entire northern mid Atlantic and also portions of the southern mid Atlantic, and I'll show you why in just a moment. Currently, though, we have some very cold air building into the northern mid-Atlantic, into the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan areas, with temperatures ranging from the lower to mid-teens over portions of the Hudson River Valley around Messina, Poughkeepsie, and northeastern Pennsylvania to the upper teens to lower 20s as you head towards the coast, and mid to upper 20s over the New York City metropolitan area and lower 30s over the Philadelphia metropolitan area. And in case you haven't noticed, winds are also ranging anywhere from 10 to 15, even as high as 20 miles per hour, which when you combine these winds with these temperatures, which will be holding steady throughout the day, your wind chills are going to feel like they're in the teens and lower 20s. So not exactly the most pleasant day to end the week, but at least it's not snowing or sleeting or freezing rain. It's just going to be a few scattered clouds for the rest of the day. I can't rule out a flurry here or there because of the atmosphere squeezing out any bit of moisture that is left over from our Virga storm, which is basically precipitation falling from the clouds but not reaching the ground. Talking about yesterday's or last night's storm, which had me and several other meteorologists a bit concerned because if you saw the radar image and you saw the email I sent out, there's plenty of moisture moving in. Now, you have temperatures falling, you have moisture covering the entire northern mid-Atlantic. If this moisture reaches the ground, you're dealing with a pretty, quick burst of moderate to heavy snowfall. So, what caused the snow to not even reach the ground down in Maryland where they had winter storm warnings? This is what's called a Skew chart as of 7 p.m. last night, okay? This is for Long Island. And what I want to show here is this. See this? This is dry air at the lower and mid levels. Now, here's your cloud base right here. And you can see it's clearly saturated with moisture. And so you're seeing your radar and all that precipitation is moving over the New York City metropolitan area and Philadelphia metropolitan area and down towards Baltimore. But you look at the observations and it's just cloudy. Temperatures are falling. There's clearly evaporational cooling happening. But that precipitation that's falling from the clouds falls through this area of dry air and evaporates. And so the idea was that all this dry air would eventually moisten up, and through evaporational cooling, the entire region falls below freezing and snow occurs. Well, that happened at 700 millibars, 800 millibars, and even 900 millibars, but between 925 and 950 millibars, which is right about here, right above the surface, that did not happen. And as a result, all that snow fell through the atmosphere and then evaporated before it ever reached the ground. So therefore, that's why you saw on the radar heavy signs of precipitation. There were very heavy DBZ, or what's called radar reflectivity, moving over central and southern New Jersey, moving over New York City. But none of that reached the ground because of dry air that had shown up at the mid and lower levels. So that's why you saw the radar, but you didn't get the snow. And that type of situation is very, very tricky. I'd rather have a forecast out with snow being forecasted rather than 6 inches of partly cloudy on a highway and you're stuck in it. Right? Right. So that's exactly what happened last night. Now take a look at the radar. You can see we have a few snow showers here and there around the Great Lakes back towards Pennsylvania and moving off the New Jersey coast. That's the Arctic air invading, and basically what we'll see, dry conditions for most locations, but those snow showers that do develop over your location throughout the day today will have the capability of producing brief, heavy bursts of snow that could accumulate about a trace to an inch in some isolated locations. So if you drive through one of these snow showers, slow down a little bit, allow for the visibility to rebound a bit, and use some caution on the roadways because the roadways could get a bit slick there as a result. Taking a look at the infrared satellite picture, you can see Here's our storm exiting out, which, by the way, produced moderate heavy snow down in Raleigh, North Carolina, which is a bit unusual for those people down there. Here's our Arctic cold front sagging south. Now, the idea here moving forward for this weekend is that this Arctic cold front will rebound to the north, bringing us back towards normal in the upper 30s to mid 40s. And then the Arctic air invades Sunday night and is here to stay throughout the rest of next week. But for the most part for this weekend, look for dry conditions and comfortable weather conditions at that, with again temperatures in the 40s for highs and dry road conditions. So if you have someplace to go, hey, it's a perfect weekend to do so. Now, taking a look at the latest satellite picture here, or should I say model data here. This is from the Penn State EWAL website, and we're going to use the European model guidance. And here we have the setup for tonight. You can see our strong upper level low setting up here. That's our polar vortex and cold air is in place, but notice the high pressure system is shifting off the coast. By tomorrow, you could see with high pressure off the coast, our temperatures rebound into the 40s, but we remain dry. Now, here's our Arctic cold front right here for Sunday night. And you can see it's pretty vigorous here at the upper levels. By Sunday night, that Arctic cold front blasts through. Now, temperatures on Sunday will be in the lower to mid 40s, but Sunday evening, you'll certainly know that the Arctic cold front has gone through with not only a few scattered snow showers, but also winds veering to the northwest at 10 to 24 miles per hour, and also wind chills, very, very cold in the teens and 20s, and temperatures falling through the 30s and 20s as well. It's not going to be a pretty evening, that is for sure, on Sunday evening, with very cold temperatures invading. And then those cold temperatures will basically lock in for Monday. Now, Monday night to Tuesday, especially on Tuesday morning, we've got to keep an eye on this clipper, okay? You have very cold Arctic air in place, and you're not going to need much moisture to produce a little bit of snowfall. So locations right along the coast, let's say around Long Island, New York City, the immediate New Jersey coast, maybe as far back as central Monmouth County, down through Ocean County and off towards Cape May County, may have to watch out for a brief burst of light to moderate snowfall as this clipper dives towards the New Jersey coast and then lifts to the northeast. These type of clippers can be very tricky, highly volatile. And when you're dealing with this type of cold air, we're talking about highs in the 20s, you throw moisture into that, that can lead to some surprise bursts of snowfall. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that Monday night into Tuesday morning. That low pressure system exits out. As you can see, it gets very, very cold with temperatures in the 20s, possibly struggling in the lower to mid 20s in many locations on Tuesday. And that cold air remains in place for Wednesday as well, with high pressure in control. Now, Wednesday night into Thursday, we're going to see this strong clipper dive towards the Great Lakes. Some model guidance, especially the European model guidance, takes this low pressure system on Thursday night into Friday morning and just blows it up off the New Jersey coast. Again, a similar situation to what's possibly going to set up on Tuesday. Right along the immediate coast, Long Island, the New Jersey coast, New York City, possibly missing out and there for Philadelphia. It might be a little bit too far west, depending on the development of this low pressure system for Tuesday and also for Friday morning. We're going to watch to see exactly how this low pressure system develops, whether it blows up and how much moisture it throws into the coastal plain heading in for Friday morning as well. So an active weather pattern potentially. It's, again, our home run hitters once again. Either they strike out or they hit a grand slam. So we're going to have to keep an eye on these disturbances and be very mindful of the volatility involved. One thing that won't be volatile is the temperatures. They're just going to be cold, especially after Sunday night. So if you've been waiting for cold temperatures, they're here and they're not leaving anytime soon, at least not rapidly. Talking about forecasting and whatnot, let me also show you one very, very cool thing, which is, pull this up, I'm going to show everyone how to get to the sign up for the coverage for the winter weather workshop tomorrow. You go to liveweatherblogs.com, you select here, boom, see that little square right there, that brings you up to the workshop. You see all my discussions in there as well. And this is the discussion. This is the area where you can sign up for discussions. Sign up for the Winter Weather Workshop tomorrow. We'll have Rob there. We'll have myself. I'll be talking about the PDO and possible storm tracks for the rest of the winter. We're going to have a really cool discussion about new weather products coming out that you might be interested in. And of course, we're also going to be talking about the geo update and look at the spring potential for severe weather from Steve Hallett. I'm going to be taking questions and answers as well. It's only $30 at the door, but you could save $10 and pay in advance of $20 if you go to this website today. Again, it's at Homeville, Pennsylvania, which is about an hour away from central New Jersey, maybe an hour and a half away from New York. Of course, if you're out in Long Island, a bit longer, all right? It's between 9:30 and 11 a.m., and if you're in the Philadelphia area, it's not that far at all. And of course, you just come here, you click here, you sign up, and bam, there you go. So I hope to see you there tomorrow. It's going to be a lot of fun, and portions of the conference will go to Red Cross Sandy Relief. So if you want to help out with Sandy Relief, this is the way to do it, and you can learn a lot and have a lot of fun. So that is the forecast discussion for today. Of course, I'm your meteorologist, Stephen DiMartino. You can follow the latest weather information at nynjpaweather.com and nynjpaweather on Twitter and Facebook. Have a wonderful day. Stay safe out there.